Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm in the Lexus ES350 as the executive sedan with the 3.5 liter engine. That's how they name that. The ES for executive sedan, 3.5 is the 350. Now, a huge thank you to Hoffman Lexus here in Hartford, Connecticut. Come check them out for sure. Now, this here is the 7th generation. We are in a refresh year here in 2022. We'll talk about some of the changes, including one really major change here in the 2022. So let's go ahead and take it for a little drive. First off, looking at the outside, we are at about 196 inches here in length. It is a mid-size sedan. It would be your step up from the Toyota Avalon, which will not be around anymore after 2022. So that's important to note if you're debating between a 2022 top spec Avalon or a base ES350. Or base ES, I guess. The Avalon will not be around after 2022. Now, we're on the 18-inch rim. 18s are optional. If you're in the F Sport, then you're in the 19s. But this one has the 18s. Up top, we get a moonroof standard. That's pretty nice to have for sure. Definitely get that luxury feel going. Up front, we see some of the changes here. We see the new front fascia, the new grille, Lexus logo. They've updated the lights here. These are LED lights across the board. The bi LEDs, you can get triple LEDs. That is an option on this one. These changes up here for the front fascia do not include the F Sport trim, so just note that. Under the hood here, we're looking at a V6. This is a 6-cylinder, 3.5 liter. As I mentioned, the ES350, the 3.5 liter. This one produces 302 horsepower and 267 pound-feet of torque. Plenty to get this thing moving. This is about 3,700 pounds here. And your fuel economy is at 22 city, 32 highway. That drops a little bit in the F Sport by about 1 at the top end there. Going around to the back, we have full LEDs here as well, as you'd expect in a luxury sedan or an executive sedan here. Under the power trunk here, you can actually even get this power lift gate where it will open by kick, which is really a nice thing to have if you've got your hands full of groceries. And inside this trunk, we are at 14 cubic feet of space, well 13.9. It's about on par with the other sedans of this size. So let's hop into the back real quick. Back seats here, we've got 39.2 inches of legroom. Definitely tons and tons of space back here. Compare that to something like a TLX at 34.9. Plenty of room. Let's have some hard plastic here on the back, so you won't want to be bumping up against that, but again, there's so much room back here that's not really an issue. Tons of headspace as well. You can even get these seats heated. That is an option on the ES350. These are the perforated seats, the Nulux perforated seats. Up front here, we have these heated and ventilated seats. Now, it's important to note that on the base, that is an option as part of the premium package, but in the other trim levels, you do get the heated seats standard and the heated steering wheel. And we also do have the driving modes here. You've got normal, sport, and eco. If you're in the F Sport, then you do get a couple extra modes, the Sport S and the Sport S Plus. Those will give you a little bit better throttle response, and they'll tighten up your suspension a little bit if you have that adaptive variable suspension, which is part of the handling package in the F Sport trim level. But this one does not have that. I can't imagine that one would be much of a harsh ride. This thing probably can't really get harsh, but because it's so smooth and quiet in here. But I imagine it's slightly harsher than this one. Now we have an 8-speed auto. That is standard. Nice paddle shifters. They feel really nice, and they're in a great position. And they respond really nicely. Now this does have all the safety features you'd expect from a luxury model. It does have rear cross traffic alert, blind spot monitoring, has pedestrian recognition, sign recognition, has radar cruise. You can activate it above 32 miles per hour, and it will actually take you all the way down to a stop and then get you moving again. So that's a pretty nice function to have if you're sitting in a lot of stop and go traffic on the highway. And of course it has lane departure warning, certainly a nice feature. This one actually has the best version of lane departure warning here, where it just kind of vibrates the steering wheel if you get going out of your lane. That is the best implementation I have seen in any car brand, really. I hate the ones that have the big beeps. I hate the loud noises, the flashing lights. The flashing lights are better than the super loud beeps. My GTI will just, it's the most annoying sound in the world. Yes, it gets your attention, but it's annoying. And in the G70, it actually stopped me from merging on the highway. It was trying to pull me back into my lane. So I really like this one, how it just kind of vibrates at you. Okay, in the pursuit of something that is reliable, Toyota is always at the top of the list. And in the pursuit of something with a luxury feel, Lexus is always at the top of the list. And that combination is just such a winning combination. Now, the only real complaint I've ever really heard anyone say from Lexus is the infotainment. The infotainment is kind of annoying to use because it has this touchpad here. It's the same in the Acuras that I've done a couple of videos on. But big for 2022, they've actually added this touch screen here. They moved the screen 5.5 inches closer. So now you can reach it. You've got this nice big touch screen, and it works out so much better. It's nice and smooth and responsive. Through this infotainment system, we do have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Alexa, Amazon Alexa, all standard. You can option wireless charging as well. And all of that goes through this 10-speaker Pioneer audio system. You can option a 17-speaker Lenmanson sound system if you'd like to as well. Now this is a touchscreen like I mentioned, but you have all your important stuff down here. Your hard buttons are down here for your heated seats. Your heated steering wheel is a button. That's really, really nice. Your ventilated seats are also buttons. Your climate control, all your general climate control is buttons. So this is all just, it's such a nice place to be. So smooth, so comfortable. I have no complaints. This would be such a good daily. This is not exactly the car you go to when you want something super sporty, but it does do enough. It's enough to be a pretty fun daily here. It does have that 6-cylinder. 300 horsepower is nothing to laugh at for sure. And it handles pretty decently here. A bit of a wide turning radius, around 19 feet, I believe, but it's so smooth and so comfortable. Turn it up into sport mode and see. Got a good kick to it. Now the starting price for this around $40,000. It goes up to about $50,000, and then from there you kind of add your packages and options. And this one here is front wheel drive only. That's important to note. Again, in the pursuit of luxury, in the pursuit of reliability, it does everything right. This would be such a great daily. You can put your kids in the back, you can put adults in the back. There's tons of room back there, and it's just so quiet and comfortable. I'd opt for that 17 speaker system. Get the nice premium sound in here, and really there's nothing to complain about here. Everything in here just has such a quality feel. The steering wheel feels so nice accents around the cabin. Now this steering wheel is different for the F-Sport. It is still heated, but this leather wrap steering wheel is really nice. Everything in here just feels so classy. It's just such a nice place to be. So thanks again to Hoffman Lexus here in East Hartford, Connecticut. Come check them out for sure. If you've got a car for me, Jason at manual-cars.com. Does not have to be a manual. Obviously here we are in an auto. And that's it for today. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.